Ladies and gentlemen, I have been known to be a slot machine roguelike enthusiast, and I have played a lot of them at this point, and I enjoy many of them, but the one that I enjoy the absolute most is this one right here. This is Endgame of Devil, a really, really brilliant slot machine roguelike. You can also call these, deck builder auto battlers, I guess, is another weird way to word it, but they're slot machine roguelikes inspired by Luck Be a Landlord. Endgame of Devil is the best one, hands down, besides Luck Be a Landlord, which I still love with a passion, but Endgame of Devil is really, really, really good, and I did a series on it last year, and to be perfectly honest with you, it performed horribly. I have no clue why. If you want to go and watch those episodes, you can, but we're gonna play a new character, I guess, in Endgame of Devil today. It's a new boss, I suppose. Frankenstein, which was added a couple months back, and I just didn't check it out. But Frankenstein adds a whole new slew of characters and items and minions and bosses and things into the game that we did not unlock or see before. So it's really like a whole new game, which is a brilliant situation for me. Let's start. Let's play and see what's going on with this new character. If you haven't seen Endgame of Devil before, I'll attempt to explain a little bit about what goes on. We have this 5x5 grid that has some heroes on it, and these heroes are the bad guys, because we're the monsters trying to defeat the good guys and stop them from stealing our gold. And they each have a turn counter on them, and if they're still alive when their turn counter hits 0, they're gonna steal one of our gems down here. So when we hit attack, it's going to randomly place these guys on the board along with random units that we have. And these are our starting units right now in our deck. We have this Demon Scout, who has a 50% chance to deal combo when attacking. And combo, as you can see in the bottom right, this is an extra attack after the initial attack. So a 50% chance to attack twice, basically. And this unit is ranged. You can see that little bow in the bottom left of the card right here, and in the bottom right, down in the bottom right, down there. This is a ranged attack, so he can attack from anywhere on the board. And then he does the damage that is located on that nice little 1 that you see right below my mouse cursor on this guy's card. And he's of type demon, that's the little demon face in the top right. That matters if you have combos that are for demons, right? We also have a Scary Imp. So this Scary Imp has a CD ability, which is basically a ability that counts down, right? It's a countdown. So every 6 turns, he generates a fright. And fright, all of the adventurers, those are our enemies, get 1 pollution and take 3 damage. Not horrible. And we have Ball Lightning, which has a countdown of 8. And every 8 turns deals Electric Arc to all the adventurers. An Electric Arc is a missile that deals 1 damage and then bounces 2 times. So the fact that this is dealt to all adventurers and it bounces, it's going to hit everybody a lot, is kind of what that means. So we'll be adding more people. If I hit attack, all of our guys come on, they do some damage, and now I get to add another person into my deck. So we have another combo here. This is the Byaki. I have no clue if I pronounced that correct. This is a rare unit. You can see that from the little outline around it. So you're a melee boy. You have combo charge. So charge is a 40% chance to get a permanent attack +1 if you didn't deal damage. So getting you earlier is definitely better. You do have combo, which is cool. So you're gonna do 4 damage right out the rip. If you deal damage, you'll do 4 damage. If you don't deal damage, 40% chance you get a damage added to you, which is really 2 damage added to you, since you're doing that attack twice. I mean, you seem great, is the reality. And you did damage there, right? Yeah, you did, I think. I think. Magic Turtle. After each attack, its attack power is halved if the attack power is greater than 1. Okay, I don't know, man. I'm like not too concerned about that. Same with this turkey. I mean, this is good in the early game, right? So you know what? I guess I will take you. That's fine. We'll mess with you. We killed all of our adventurers, which is good. And now we get a passive item, right? So to remove this treasure, we'll generate 4 lightning, and all gun freaks get strengthened. Unfortunately, I don't have any gun freaks. Damage +3 dealt by bullet, but -2 by melee. Remove this treasure will copy a minion without inheriting its attack. This is just nice to have, is the reality, because we can get 2 of some minion on the board. So we got a seedling here, gain a refresh. Refresh being refresh recruitment options after use. Then you turn into a sapling. The sapling, you gain a refresh, then you turn into the great tree. So early on, I mean, we could take you. After 14 turns, we'll have 2 great trees, which we don't know what the great trees are. This guy generates inspiration. A minion gains a permanent attack +1 every 7 turns. I think that's fine, to be honest. I don't think it's anything that I'm gonna, gain sleep over. But I think that it's fine and could help us out. So yeah, there's definitely some bullet action going on here. Phantom Bolt Musket. Deal 3 bullet, then self-remove. And bullet is a missile that deals 1 damage. Okay, interesting. Dwarf Guard. Deal 2 bullet, 15% chance to repeat 1. And then this Imp deals Jinx. A missile that deals 1 damage. And an enemy with less pollution is easier to get an extra 1. I'm not really in love with any of these, so I'm gonna refresh. We do get some refreshes to help out here. All adventurers on the board get 1 ignition every 2 turns. Each ignition deals damage equal to 2% of the target's max HP. Each ignition deals damage equal to 2% of the target's max HP. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's mess with it. I'm not sure it's incredible, but our squad is killing it, so I'm gonna treat this as good for right now. Turkeys deal AoE. it's interesting. We're not really building a turkey build, but that's fine. Gun Freak. Remove an inorganic minion of non-normal quality, gain an undead of the same. How about you refresh me? How does that sound? Damage dealt by Old Mummy and Mummy Warrior goes up 3. Not really concerned. 80% chance to increase attack permanently when charge triggers. This is huge for what we're doing because we have a lot of charge really related lads. Say that word 10 times fast. Adventure on the board gets ignition. We got this ignition thing going on, and I don't mind it, honestly. This also generates lightning and energy. Give me some more ignition. We can build around this ignition and charge synergy that we have. And the reality is I think I almost want to dupe this one little freak. Like, you're another charge, so I think that that's good. I like the idea of... Where is he? This guy. I kind of want to dupe him. Because I think that this early on in the game... We can make use out of this to get a second one of him, and then the scaling that he's going to provide is going to be really good, so I'm duping him. Now, what do we got? All adventurers regenerate HP fully, generate 3 fright and inspiration, then self-remove. All adventurers regenerate HP fully and generate 3 fright and inspiration. What? I am confused by this, which makes me want to take it just for fun. We really don't want them to all generate HP fully every 2 turns. Like, that sounds horrible. But the inspiration is going to give our minions increased attack. So I'm wondering if this is like, I just have to outscale the enemies, which, to be fair, I think I might be able to do. So I'm gonna take it, and we're gonna get a little weird, and we're gonna see where life goes. I'm taking charge. We're going all in on this charge meta, knowing that we have an 80% chance to increase attack when charge triggers. And we'll just see what we can do, right? So their HP all went up. You generate inspiration. I'm gonna look around a little. We got a crit AoE. I'm sure you're fine. I'm not gonna worry too much about you. Another ball lightning. It's a countdown of 4. Let an enemy on the board get 1 pollution and then repeat once per 2 inspiration. Okay, yeah. So we got some inspiration popping now, so we can maybe make a synergy happen there. So here's the inspiration now. I don't know, man. We're doing some stuff. We're doing some stuff. I mean, we could take turkeys, to be fair. We know that there's a synergy that exists there. I just keep on taking skull killers, and I'm not sure they're actually that good, but I do keep on taking them. We're seeing where things go, okay? And so far is fine. Damage +2 dealt by inorganic minions. So that's anybody that is the little icon up here. The reality is that I have 1 of those, and I don't think that's good enough. So even though that's it's an epic unit, I don't think it's an epic unit that I care about. Every 12 turns, all minions on the board gain an attack. I'll take it. I don't think it's very good. 12 is a lot, brother. Like, that is an absolute ton. But we can make it happen. None of these are what you're looking for. We're looking for charge-related things. Enemies less than or equal to 4 Skull Killer will kill the target when attacking. Brother, what the frick? I've got like 4 of these guys. They're now instant murderers. It's kind of cool. I'll take it. And then this monster book, you generate an inspiration upon removal. I'll just remove you. Okay? So once we kill off 1 of these guys, which granted has not happened yet. It will, but it hasn't happened yet. Gain a removal every 5 turns. Sure. Let's then remove you. That generates an inspiration, so a minion gains a permanent attack +1. Let's get 1 of you killed. There's 1 killed. So now these guys are instant murderers, which sounds kind of sick to me. Lightning Charger 2 turns into a Resurgent. Lightning Charger 2. This minion's ability is triggered after lightning activates 2 times. Okay, there's definitely like a lightning synergy here that I think is cool. But I did not build that, so that's fine. Deal an explosion to all nearby adventurers and then self-remove. So you do 5 damage. I don't know, man. I'm not really loving any of these. I think that I'm just going to take this musket, because it's still just gonna be on the board having a good time. This guy insta-killed, this guy insta-killed. I mean, it's really nice, okay? It's really nice. Old mummy I don't care about. Zombie bear. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too worried about zombie bear. Mummy priest. Let all old mummy or mummy warriors deal an attack. Would be cool. I don't really care. Adventure on the board gets 2 ignition. I'll take him. Ignition. We have some other ignition, right? Am I not losing my mind? I swear to God I had another ignition. Yeah, I have this guy. The same guy. Yeah. So now we just got 2 of them. I think that's fine for what it's worth. I mean, we're doing fine. I can refresh. This is if we're doing an explosion build. Very good. Damage +3 dealt by bullet, but -2 by melee. We have a lot of melee, so I don't really want to do that. And we're not doing anything with radiation or energy, so this is a reroll. Generate 1 fright or inspiration. Remove a random turkey, permanently granting its attack to a legendary minion on the board. It's an oven. It's messed up, but it is an awesome item if we were doing a turkey build. I think this is fine, right? You can go fright or inspiration. That's kind of what we're doing. And then another skull killer because they're like kind of cracked. We just have to basically get 1 dude dead. And if you can get 1 dude dead, then the rest kind of just do their thing. And I love the idea of more hypno shrooms. I think this build does work. It's just a little spicy. Okay, it's just a little spicy. Generate 1 accelerate and generate an extra 1 per yith on the board. Accelerate's cool. It reduces the countdown of minions. I just don't think that I'm going to make that work. So I'm just gonna skip you. This deck is a lot more brain than the previous character's deck. And I'm enjoying it. Chance plus 1% for rare and epic minions. I think I need them, man. So let's add you. You're not hurting anybody existing for a little bit, so I think that's fine. Another Byaki seems like a good thing to have. It feels like I'm pronouncing some kind of pasta, man. Like, oh, you want to come over for some Byaki later? The answer is you do, because I'm an excellent chef. Okay, those are dead. My skull killers are ready for a good time. Star Demon, deal 1 jinx per 6 energy. I just don't have jinx or energy, my guy. I would love to have them. I would. Give me another Hypno Shrew. We got good things going. As long as we're surviving, I'm considering my run to be fine right now. Generate 1 legendary minion per accumulated 5 times inspiration and then self-remove. Okay, we can make that happen. And then we can get a legendary minion that we can build around a little. And I think that's fine. So give me another monster book. Here comes some elites. We're halfway through the run. This is going to be our test for sure. This could get a little scary. I'm going to skip you here because we're now kind of full up on units. Remove you, that generates an inspiration. I guess it's going to be really tough for us to generate 5 inspiration at like one time. We got to get it kind of scaled up. So there's 5 of these guys. I got 21 units. Yeah, I just skipped for right now. I'm a little scared. I'm less scared. The fact that you kill 1 now means that our guys just come in and we got little murderers on the case. That's 1 down. 3 more turns to kill the others. I feel okay about it. I do not need these. Love it. Get murdered, get destroyed. Okay, brilliant. Very, very good. 50% chance to generate an inspiration, accelerate, or fright if any CD ability is triggered. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's exactly what you need. Don't care about protecting my diamonds, and I don't really care about the refresh. Give me you. This is good. This is really good. Give me another Skull Killer. The Skull Killer build, I'm not sure this is how you're supposed to play the game. But guess what? I'm doing it, so let's see what happens. Do I have a little concern right now? Yeah, I got a tiny bit. Corruption. Hit me with a refresh here. Hit me with another refresh here. The Mechanical Eye, deal 4 radiation. This is on a CD of 2. This is why this is going to be so good. The hit target gets an ignition as well. That CD ability is going to 50% chance to trigger one of these, right? So we're building that up accordingly. I'd like to remove you. At this point, I'd also like to remove... I want to remove like this Demon Scout up here because I don't think he's doing a lot for me. And then the Ball Lightning is, I mean, you're about to trigger, so I guess when you trigger, this turn you're going to trigger. Oh no, you're counting down from 8? Okay, your ass got to go. Sorry, but you got to get out of here. So you got to go too. It's just not, it's not working in the build that we got going. We did get our 5 inspiration, so I should have gained a legendary unit. It's you. Fright, this is the Pied Piper. Fright triggers 1 more time, and damage plus 10 dealt this time. Fright triggers 1 more time. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Everybody just got obliterated, so I'm gonna treat that as a good thing. There's the Evil Wine. I mean, you take it again, right? I think you just take it again. it generates the inspiration for me, which is, that's what's giving us the high scaling of our people. Which, to be fair, like, these guys are up to 16 damage they're dealing. You're up to 10. At least some of you. The highest of you is up to 10. I think I'm okay with that. Chainsaw Freak, kind of cool, too. You're just an AoE with 3 damage. I think I'm fine with that. It's nothing too crazy, but what you just did a ton of damage to these surrounding guys. So I think that that's pretty solid. Let inspiration trigger 2 more times and its removal brings 2 inspiration. Holy, okay, that's insanely good. So now you can absolutely get rid of this guy. You're generating inspiration, so I feel like I have to keep you, unfortunately. I'm just gaining removals every couple turns from this guy. You're still fine. I think you can probably get rid of the Scarab at this point. I'm just trying to keep the deck thinned down enough, right? I mean, that went really well. You don't want to get too crazy with games like this. Damage +1 dealt by radiation is good. -1 by fright, not good. Okay, you can't take that. You can't take that. I'm gonna chill with this. Hit me with a refresh. Explosive barrels, don't care. Nature minions deal combo. I got the shrooms are nature, and my student is nature. I don't think that's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll ya. Protect the diamond, remove the adventure, self-remove is fine, but I'm more interested in getting some crazier things. None of these are working for me. Okay, none of these are working. Deal a radiation per inorganic. How about this? Damage +2 dealt by fright. So who's actually dealing fright? Scary Imp is generating fright. That's really it. Bro, I gotta get some more fright. I gotta get some fright in this deck. Fright triggers one more time. I got no fright in my deck. The Pied Piper is doing nothing. I've got inspiration in this build instead. Okay. Take this, and then you need to get some fright action. Reel in. I don't know what that means, and I'm too scared to find out. We gotta get some dang fright, man. There's definitely a lightning build we can do that would be a lot of fun, but we are not in a position to do it right now, so just don't worry about it. The health is starting to get high on some of these guys. I'm getting scared, but not too scared. I'm just kind of here. Generate another fright. Generate 2 inspiration in a nearby adventure gets 5 pollution. Yeah, it's like stupid good. It's stupid good. Okay. Attack me. At some point, I have to make a decision. I mean, another Byaki, I think is fine. I really do. So take a look at, you already got rid of all of them, man. Okay, that's fine. All minions of the race with the highest number on the board gain a permanent attack +1. That's fine. That's completely fine. We're looking for frights. You're looking for frights. You're looking for fright. You're looking for fright. Where the frick is fright, brother? I do think the mechanical eye is also fine. I got 26 units. This is too many units, man. There's actually too many. But we're destroying, so I'm considering this fine. I mean, another Pied Piper. I just don't have fright is the issue. I think the student's gotta go. You're past your prime, okay. This guy obviously has to go. You're down to 25. I think your chance for rares can go now. And then the inspiration is still popping. It's an inspiring build, right? Looking for fright. Corruption or jinx. Fright just doesn't exist. Is that the trick here? Clearly I was missing something. Gain or refresh turn into an ancient tree. Which is gain or refresh or removal. I just don't care about you. The deep one is a crit charge. You deal 4 bullet. You're the gun freak. We knew about you. We knew all about you. Charge combo AoE. Bro, you're kind of sick. Charge still great, okay? Charge still great. Because if you don't hit, we got good stuff going. I mean, just total annihilation on the board. I feel like I'm doing good things and also have no clue what I'm doing at the same time. To remove this treasure will generate 4 accelerate and Chainsaw Freak gets strengthen, which is retain its attack and turn into a unique enhanced one. I gotta know, right? I gotta know what that means. Can you give me like maybe fright? Just as an idea. I'm starting to think that I'm losing my mind. Am I just dumb? Am I missing something here? Or does fright literally not exist? Ah, generate 2 fright. Okay. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. We take you. We take you. Look at how much fright is doing right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then that guy's going to deal even more. Okay. So Chainsaw Freak is on the board currently. I'm going to skip you. To remove this treasure will generate 4 accelerate. All Chainsaw Freak gets strengthened. So you are now strengthened, which means that you are now doing AoE crit combo, which means that you're actually the same as that other guy now. Now you're the same as this guy. No, you're not. You have charge. You do not. And you have crit. You do not. They're close enough to being the same, okay? They're close enough. We gotta scale back some units here. I think you can get rid of this guy at this point. Are you on the board? You're not. Of course you're not. We still want the pollution. We still want the radiation. Maybe you can remove a skull killer at this point. You know what? I'm also going to get rid of this Byaki. We maybe added 1 too many Byaki on this one. I'm just going to start calling him Noki, brother. Nyaki. Something like that. Okay. Skip me. Because I don't care about any of this. Inspiration triggering more is great. Supervisory unit has to go. And now this deck it's thin, it's hot, it's looking really good. I am extremely pleased with this right now. It's really hard for me to not take you. So this is lightning triggers 4 times. You gain +2 attack and generate a fright. I don't have anything generating lightning though, is the problem. I'd love to do it, but we can't, unfortunately. This is just a skip. It's just a skip. Fright explodes, everybody explodes. When fright explodes, everybody explodes. Just how it is. Copy a minion. Cool. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I think that you love the idea of copying the Resurgent Scholar. I mean, the Pied Piper also definitely intriguing to do. Also definitely, like, kind of a good idea. You're kind of sick as well. Or do you want to make sure you get more fright? I mean, another Pied Piper goes kind of crazy. So, sure, let's do it. Oh my god. The insane poet. They're insane, okay? They're absolutely insane. We do that for sure. Now the idea is, do you take the insane, do you dupe the insane boy? Possibly. Yeah, I think you do. I think that you're, like, insane. You're very, very good. Generate 1 fright and inspiration. It has to be you. Then we're going to now remove these because we need to make sure we get that guy on the board more often. This is going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Jupiter called. It wants its build back because we have sent it all the way. All right, I feel good. I feel very good. Recruit 3 minions. Don't care at all. Refresh, please. Don't care. Inspiration triggers 3 more times. What the frick? It's very good. Here's your boss. Let's send it, okay? 432 on some of these guys. 800 on the boss itself. You need fright to trigger and quick. Okay. We have cranked away a good chunk of health already. I'm feeling good. I am. I think that we're in pretty decent shape, okay? I would like to kill off a couple very quickly. You got 5 turns still. 2 are dead. I need 1 more to die, and then Skull Killer can go sicko mode. Don't care. We're completely fine, man. This build was good. This build was very good. 1 more left in the tank. I got bad news for him, okay? I got very bad news. Bring in a Phoenix as your final unit. You're dead, Zo. 25 is a very efficient deck. The treasury is safe, ladies and gentlemen. And we unlock our next level, which is level 1. Which just makes things a little bit harder, right? Plus 1 HP to all the adventurers, increasing their HP at the start. Frankenstein, what a guy. New character, tons of new units. I mean, you can literally see, so the forge is a little different here. The gallery, here's all of the units for the first character, right? Lot, and then like a ton of treasures as well. Then the new one, like, insane, same number of units, right? That kind of looks like me. Just kind of crazy. There's a lot of content to unpack here, and there's so many builds. I can't speak highly enough about the fact that every time you play, there's just more and more builds to mess around with. It's the best slot machine roguelike. Check it out. You're not going to regret it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, liking the video, much appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.